Hello students, so here is the video of class 10 biology and in this video I am going to discuss some multiple choice questions which I have taken from the topic sexual reproduction in flowering plants. Okay, so let's begin. The first question is, why do plants have colorful flowers? So the options are to look beautiful, to attract insects, to trap insects, and none of the above. So why do the plants have colorful flowers? You know that the flowers have the colorful petals so that they can attract the insects, right? Those colorful petals of flowers attract the insect, and this help them to transfer the pollen from anther to stigma so that the fertilization can take place. So here this is the right option, to attract insects. Now the next question is, gametes are haploid. You know that in sexual reproduction two gametes are formed. In male organ it is formed male gamete, okay, and in female the female gamete is formed, okay, and both the gamete fuse together and make the zygote, and the zygote develops into embryo, then embryo develops into a complete new plant, right? So the gametes are a single cell. These gametes are the single cell. So you have to tell gametes are haploid. Is it true or false, or none of the above? So you know that the gametes are formed after the cell division, that is meiosis, and in meiosis what happens, the number of chromosomes become half of the parent cell, and that half set of chromosomes are called haploid, you know. So the gametes are haploid, and this is the true sentence, this is the correct sentence. Okay, now we will see the next question. Question number 3. Male reproductive organ in flowers is called as. Okay, you know that the flowers have male reproductive organ and female reproductive organ, and both the organs have their specific name. So the male reproductive organ is called as in flowers. What do they call as? So in the options are stamen, anther, filament, style. You know that the male reproductive organ in flowers are called as stamen. They are called stamen, right? And you know that the stamen has a stalk-like structure which is called filament, and over the filament, on the top of the filament, there is a lobed structure. That lobe structure is called anther, and inside the anther the pollen grains are formed. In the pollen grains the gametes are found, the male gametes are found. So the stamen is the correct option of this question. Now the next question, question number 4. The ploidy of endosperm cell is N, 2N, 3N, 4N. You have to opt which is the correct ploidy of endosperm cell. You know that during the fertilization, what happened in the embryo sac, there are 3 antipodal cells and 1 central cell which has 2 polar nuclei, and there is a female gamete and then synergids. Like this, the embryo sac has 7 cells, you know, and 8 nuclei, okay, which is present in the ovule. This is ovule, okay. So what happens during the fertilization, the male gamete, you know that a pollen has 2 male gamete, okay. The one male gamete fuses with the female gamete and make the zygote. The another male gamete goes into the central cell and fuses with the polar nuclei, Okay, the central cell has two nuclei, which is called polar nuclei. So this second male gamete, the nucleus of second male gamete fuses with the polar nuclei, and thus the three nuclei fuse together in the central cell, and then this central cell develop into the endosperm. So the cells which are present in the endosperm, they have the ploidy 3n, because 3 set of chromosomes they will have. Okay, so the correct option is 3n. Now the next question is, embryo sac is found in ovule, pollen, anther, stigma. Recently, just before it, we have discussed that the structure of embryo sac. So you can tell me that where is the embryo sac found. So the correct option is ovule. Okay, so you know that inside the ovary there are so many ovules are found, है ना, and these ovules having the embryo sac in which the female gamete is found with the antipodal cells, central cells, and synergids. So the correct option is ovule here. Next question is, in double fertilization, second male gamete fuse with. Okay, you know that in the flowering plants double fertilization occurs. Okay, in embryo sac, this is the antipodal cells, this is the central cell, this is the two nuclei, polar nuclei, this is the female gamete, and this is the synergid. Like these cells are found, you know. So in pollen, two male gamete are there. One male gamete fuses with the female gamete, and the second male gamete fuses with the central cell, the nuclei of the polar nuclei of the central cell. So because on two places, at two places the fertilization is taking place, so it is called double fertilization, and you have to tell the second male gamete fuse with. The first male gamete fuses with the female gamete, the second one fuses with the polar nuclei, which is found in the central cell. So the correct option is central cell. Next question is, pollen tube enters into ovule via. In ovule, how from where the pollen tube enters? You know that in the carpel, this is the stigma, this is the style, and this is the ovary. You know, when the pollen comes onto the stigma, then the pollen tube is start to generate, you know, and then it goes downwards, and then it enters into the ovule, so that the gamete can fuse with the female gamete. So in ovule there is an opening, an opening. That opening is called as micropyle, through which the pollen tube enters into the ovule, and it opens up, and the nucleus of male gametes enters via this aperture. Okay, so this is the correct option, micropyle. Now the next question is, disadvantage of self-pollination. What is the disadvantage of self-pollination? The options are, it is a rapid process, and no vestige of pollens, produces weaker progeny, means offsprings, less chance of failure of pollination. So in self-pollination, what happens? The transfer of pollen occurs within the same flower, so the genetic makeup of the progeny is similar to the parent plant, and it makes the progeny less healthier and weaker. So this is the disadvantage, this is the lackness, this is the drawback. While these three options are telling you the advantages, positive side of the self-pollination. Self-pollination is a fast process, it occurs very rapidly, and no vestige of pollen occurs, because within the same flower within the same flower the pollen transfer from anther to stigma within the same flower. Okay, so no wastage of pollen grains occur. Less chance of failure of pollination will be seen here. Chances of failure of pollination is very less. So these are the advantages, these are the positive side of the self pollination. But at the result of self pollination, the weaker and less healthier progeny and offsprings are produced. So this is the correct option. Now the next question is, characters are transmitted from parent to offspring are present in. Okay, the characters which are transferred from parent to the next generation or to the progeny, they are present in cytoplasm, Golgi body, ribosomes, genes. So you know that the genes are the hereditary unit of characters, and genes are responsible to transfer the characteristic from parent to the daughter cells. So genes have the characters and they transfer the character from parent to the offspring. So the correct option is genes. Now we will see the next question. Question number 10. Which of the following is the correct sequence of events of sexual reproduction in a flower? So you have to tell the sequence of sexual reproduction in flower. The first option is saying pollination, fertilization, seedling, embryo. Seedling, embryo, fertilization, pollination. Pollination, fertilization, embryo, seedling. And the last option is saying you embryo, seedling, pollination, fertilization. So what do you think, which one is the correct sequence? I think this is the option C, because first of all the pollination occurs, means the pollen reaches from anther to stigma, so that the male gamete, and then the fertilization occurs when the pollen grain reaches to the stigma, the pollen germination takes place, and a pollen tube will be formed, then the gamete enters into the ovule and male gamete fuses with the female gamete. This is called fertilization. After the fertilization, the zygote develops into the embryo. Then in the seed, the embryo develop into a baby plant, which is called seedling. Okay, so the correct sequence of events are given in the option C. Now we'll see the next question. Question number 11. The number of chromosomes in parents and offsprings of a particular species remains constant due to. Okay, why the number of chromosomes remain constant, remain the same during the sexual reproduction in a species? So the reasons are given here. Doubling of chromosomes after zygote formation, halving of chromosomes during gamete formation, doubling of chromosomes after gamete formation, halving of chromosomes after gamete formation. So you know that during the gamete formation the chromosomes become half, and when both the gametes fuse together the chromosomes become double. Okay, so the correct option is option B, having halving of chromosomes during gamete formation. Now the next question is, length of pollen tube depends on the distance between. You know that when the pollen reaches onto the stigma, then the pollen tube is germinated so that the male gamete reaches towards the female gamete. So you have to tell what will be the length of pollen tube. Pollen grain on upper surface of stigma, pollen grain on upper surface of stigma and ovule, pollen grain in anther and upper surface of stigma, upper surface of stigma and lower part of a style. So you know that in the carpel like this, there is the stigma, this is a stigma, this is a style, this is ovary, and here is the ovule, right? Here is the ovule. So when the pollen will reach here, so from stigma, from the surface of stigma, the pollen tube will start to germinate. Okay, so the length of the pollen tube will be dependent on the pollen grain on the surface of stigma and ovule, from this to this. Okay, so option B is the correct option. Next question is, which of the following statements are true for flowers? Flowers are always bisexual. They are the sexual reproductive organs, and they are produced in all group of plants. After fertilization, they give rise to fruit. So flowers are always bisexual. Bisexual means having both the reproductive organ, male and female. So this is not true. Some plants have unisexual flowers, so this is incorrect. They are the sexual reproductive organ. Yes, flowers are the sexual reproductive organs. They take part in the sexual mode of reproduction. They are produced in all group of plants. No, not at all. They are only present in the angiosperms group of plant. After fertilization, they give rise to fruits. Yes, the flowers, the ovary of the flowers become fruit after fertilization. So this is the correct. So the two statements are correct here. One is B and second is D. Next question is here 14. A bisexual flower contains. Okay, bisexual flower contains only stamens, either stamen or this is or carpel, only carpel, both stamen and carpel. So a bi means two, sex means gender, means both the reproductive organs are present within the same flower. So the carpel and stamen both are present in the same flower. Okay, so this is the correct option, option D. Now the next question is, the part of the flower that forms seed is. Which part of the flower forms the seed, convert into seed? Ovule, carpel, ovary, egg cell. So you know that in the ovary there are ovules. Okay, there are ovules, and after the fertilization these ovules become seed and this ovary become fruit. So the correct option is ovule. Ovule becomes seed after fertilization. Now the next question is 16. Cotyledons has function to provide nourishment to. You know that in seeds there are the cotyledons which provide nourishment. So to which organ, to which thing it provides nourishment in the seed? Embryo, seed, egg cell, polar nuclei. You know that in the seed there is the like this, there is a cotyledons. I am making the dicot seed. This is the cotyledon, first cotyledon, second cotyledon. This is the plumule, this is the radicle. Plumule develops into shoot, radicle develops into root, and this is the part of embryo. This is the part of embryo. Embryo has two parts, plumule and radicle. Plumule develops into shoot, in the future shoot, and the radicle develops into future root. So these cotyledons have the nourishment and they provide it to this embryo, plumule and radicle for the further development. So the cotyledons has function to provide nourishment to embryo, developing embryo. Next question is, in sexual reproduction in flower, ovary develops into seed, fruit, root, stem. Okay, you know that after the fertilization what will happen? The ovules which are present in the ovary, they become seed, and the ovary becomes fruit, right? So the ovary develops into fruit. The fruit is the correct option. Now the next question is 18. In flowers, fertilization takes place in pollen tube, in embryo sac, in pollen grain, in stigma. So you know that in flowers the egg cell, the female gamete, is present into the ovule, and which is called embryo sac. And in that sac the female gamete is found. So the fertilization takes place in embryo sac. Now the next question is, gynosium is the group of carpels, anther, stamen, sepals. You have to choose which is the called as the gynosium when it is present in the group. Carpel, anther, stamen, sepals. So gynosium is the group of carpel. Okay, the female reproductive organ of flower is called carpel, and when they are present in the group, they are called gynocele. Next is last question of this video is while germination of seeds, plumule develop into. So I told you earlier that in the seed there are the cotyledons, either one or two. If it is having one, then monocot. If it is having two, it is called dicot. And there are two structure in the embryo. One is called plumule and second is called radicle. You know, radicle develop into root, okay, and plumule develop into shoot, and that's how a baby plant starts to grow, and after the development it becomes mature. So the correct option is shoot. Now this was the last question of this video. Thank you everyone. Have a nice day.